All right, lesson number 10, simple interest. Now, this just kind of gives you an idea of a little bit how what operations in the world when you try to buy some rather large priced items here. So simple interest gives you a good idea. Interest these days are not calculated using simple interest. They have much more complex formulas, which gives whoever's loaning the money a little bit more money when it comes down to it, but a lot of different factors play into it. Anyway, let's kind of give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. So the idea behind this is interest is something that can be paid to you or you pay someone for. So for example, if you're putting money into a savings plan, all right, then the bank is going to pay you money. Don't worry, it's going to be a very small amount of money. They're going to pay you money for letting you put the money in their bank. Now, the reason why is the bank can then take that money and do stuff with it. The bank will take that money, invest it, find other things to making more money, and then this way they'll say, all right, we'll pay you this back, but more than likely they're making more than that. So anyway, so let's go through it here. We've got our nice little formula. To find interest, we multiply the principal, which is, all right, how much money we're talking about, the rate, which is always a percent, and the time, which is always dealing with in years. So when we plug this stuff in to find the interest, he invests $100 in a savings plan, so that's how much money we're talking about, times the rate, 4.5%, so as a decimal, that'd be a 0.04 and then a 5. Again, 2 spots to the left, and I converted. And the plan pays each year. All right, so how much money will Larry earn in interest after 3 years? Well, times it by 3. All right, so reach for your calculator there. Well, actually, I only get to reach for your calculator. I mean, because 100 times this, that's 4 and 5/10. 4 and 5/10 times 3. What you get there? $13.50, right? Right? Am I right on that there? So the idea behind it is, it doesn't look like good 50 cents though, does it? Yeah, let's maybe, does that? No, it doesn't look any better. Only if I had an eraser. Oh wait, I do. $13.50. Now again, this is the idea behind it there. You're putting a small amount of money in. You're going to get over 3 years, they're going to give you $13.50 for it. Change it to 5. So again, we can use the fact of, we can do $100 times the 0.045 and then times it to 5 years. If you use the up arrow on your calculator, you can just arrow over then and then change that amount that you don't have to feel like you retype everything in. So again, if you hit the up arrow, you'll get what the line you had just displayed, and you can arrow over and change the 5 to a 3. You should get $22.50. So again, basics, throw your formula in, that's it. So if we look at part B, now his thing is we find his balance. Okay, so vocabulary-wise, balance. How much does he actually have? Well, he doesn't actually have $22.50 because remember, the original investment was the 100, so we do have the $100. We're going to add on the $22.50, so it is $122.50. And when you think about it there, even it's better than sitting in your room where you're not going to accumulate any interest. At least this way you're getting some money out of it. Let's see what's next. So find the balance. Okay, so right away, find the balance of a savings account at the end of 10 years if the interest earned each year is 7.5% and the principal is 500. So we throw it all in there. The principal times, all right, I'm going to use my parentheses here, the percentage times the time. So we punch that all in, 500 times 0.075 times the 5, all right, and that gives us $187.50. Oh wait, that's the interest. Don't forget to add on the 500. Man, the handwriting's bad today, isn't it there? That does not look good. $687.50 we're dealing with. So again, we kind of plug it on in and away we go. So this particular interest, this is because you're letting the bank or whatever institution have the money, you're getting that in return. You can see when the percentage goes up, the money goes up, the time goes up, so does the interest. So there definitely is a connection that's there. Let's skip on down here to question number 3. Mrs. Williams wants to know how long it'll take. How long it'll take. All right. So this is nice because this is no long. Well, what are we searching for here? How long it will take? Time. So let's see here. an investment of $450 to earn $200 in interest if the interest rate is 6.5%. So do we look at our formula? It says this. So do we know what the interest is? Yeah, it's $200. We're going to put that in there. Do we know the principal? In other words, how much they borrowed or put in, I should say. The money, in other words, yeah, $450. The rate, let's change it to decimal. And now the time is what I do not know. So we're going to use our solving equation skills. We can do a little multiplication here, 450. We can times that by the 65 thousandths. That's going to give us 29 and 25 hundredths. 200s on this side. Divide both sides by 29 and 25 hundredths, and we'll get our time that we are dealing with. So 200 divided by the 29 and 25 hundredths. And so, okay. Calculator ways, you get like 6.8376. So they want to know how many years it's going to take. Now, they're paying the interest at each year. All right. So at the end of the 6th year, will we have it? No. At the end of the 7th year, yes, we will. So it is the 7th year we are looking at. So that's kind of what we want to make sure that we're dealing with. Ooh, let's go back up here. So exercise 2, write an equation to find the amount of simple interest earned on investment, $600 investment after 1.5 years. All right, if the semi-annual, all right, in 6 months interest rate is 2%. Okay, so now things have changed a little bit because the interest rate is every 6 months is 2%. It's not an annual interest rate. So watch what's going to happen here. Okay, so the time we say is always in years, and that's because simple interest is normally calculated once a year. So when they start changing things up on us, like 1.5 years in every 6 months, how many times will it be calculated? All right, so when we fill out the information, all right, so we've got, let me get my pen back here. There we go. When I've got my interest, all right, we're going to fill in information here. $600 investment. Okay, so that's the $600 there. The rate, all right, 2%. All right, so 0.02. Now the time. Okay, so 1.5 years, but it's going to be every 6 months. So if we're going every 6 months over 1.5 years, how many times is that going to be? Well, it's 3. All right, so it's going to be 3 times that we're going to end up having here. So now we can reach for our calculator, we can multiply that all out, and we can end up with our interest. So typically we always use the years. All right, we do get 36 when we do that. So yeah, look at that. It just says write an equation. All right, so I guess we want to solve it as well. I don't know. All right, I sidetracked there. So what we're looking at here is how many times does it end up taking to do that. That's the key thing we're after. Okay, so let's look at what we've got here. We've got a loan. So this is the idea with a loan. I don't have the $1,500, so I can go to a bank. I can go to some sort of institution that's going to let me borrow money from them. And what they're going to say is, listen, we don't have any money, so we'll give you all the money, except you have to pay us a fee. And think about this. You kind of do this in the cafeteria maybe sometimes. Like, hey, what do you want? You need $1? You need $1 to buy some the cookie and the pudding? Okay, well, if I give you $1 today, tomorrow you've got to give me back $1.50. All right. Yeah, you're charging interest. That's what it comes down to. So let's do one more here. Why not? Why not? You got the time, don't you? Yeah, where are you going? They're not calling for dinner yet. So $1,500 loan, all right. Interest rate, so 0.0425. Again, convert it. Remember that is 4.25. You can go 2 spots to the left, all that good stuff. How much time if the interest right now is $127.50? So this is where we can just kind of go ahead and we can solve our equation. Again, decimal-wise, we want to interpret what we've been given. Let me punch that in the calculator. Here I get 63 and 75 hundredths T, and that's $127.50. Divide, I don't know what's going on here, kids. All right, oh boy, lost the pen. Whew. Let's divide that by $63.75. Actually, it's not 63 and 75 hundredths. All right. So punch that into your calculator, and you end up with, oh, it's almost like that was done on purpose. 2. All right, so that would mean 2 years you're looking at. What we're going to be looking at in classes is a lot more of how you're going to see it, and really we don't put money, I mean, we don't use as much where we let the money just sit because it earns so little. We try to put it other places to make it grow more. No, we don't bury in the background and grow it like a tree. But what we do want to see is regarding student loans, regarding purchasing a car, regarding a house, what we call a mortgage, all that type of good stuff to kind of get into your monthly payments. So that's all that we've got for you guys. Like I said, using the formula, kind of punching things in the entire time. That's what we want you to be able to do, is interpret your formula there. All right.